What is up, guys? I know it's been quite a while since I did a video. I'm sorry, and I am working on that. There's a lot going on, all positive, nothing bad at all, but it's just been keeping me from making as many videos as I would like to. That being said, that's not what this video is about. This video is about a place that everybody loves to shop, GameStop. I've been buying not a lot of things from GameStop, but way more things than I have ever bought from GameStop this year. And mostly because of their sales. I would never pre-order games there unless there was something exclusive, and I wouldn't ever really buy newer games there, but I think they are a good place to go to when they have sales to get deals on mostly older stuff or collectibles. Earlier this year, they had a deal where basically 5 pairs of socks was $2.50 each, and I ended up buying way more socks than I would ever need for fandoms for things I don't even care that much about. But recently, I took advantage of one of these deals. I've been getting way more into collecting retro games, and they had a buy one, get one free deal, so everything you bought, you just got to pick something else at the same price, and I did that. So I don't even fully remember what I bought, but we're gonna go through them, see how they are, see what their condition is, and make sure that they are real. I brought my handy dandy screwdriver to open them up. I'm not gonna do all that on camera or anything, but to open them up if something, there's only 2 things that I bought that are kind of expensive, and then of course, to open it. So of the things that I bought, I only bought cartridge games. I was way too worried buying, even though I wanted PlayStation 1 games, I'm just too worried that I'm only going to get the disc and then it wasn't worth the price. A lot of their pricing seems to be based on complete, even though they are almost never complete. GameCube was even included in this, and I shied away from buying that for the same reason. So everything that I got is a cartridge game. So I think I have Super Nintendo, Nintendo, and N64. I didn't end up getting any Game Boy games, even though I wanted to, because by the time I got home to do the sale, it was only up for 40 more minutes. So I kind of rushed through to pick out the things that I wanted. That being said, I don't know what's in each of these boxes. I don't fully remember everything that I bought. I do know the expensive ones, and I think they're in the other package, and we'll get to that last. But let's go ahead, crack this open, reach inside, pull something out, check the condition, and hope that we didn't get screwed over. Like I said, I didn't remember what I even bought, so we'll just go one by one and check them out. Okay, cool. So this is Donkey Kong Country. Just Donkey Kong Country, the original. I already have 2. I may have bought 3. I don't remember. This looks totally legit and fine. I'll open them off camera, and I'll only bring it to your attention if it ends up mattering. Otherwise, there's no point. This is a game I basically needed in order to get the free shipping, and that's why there's 3 separate packages. I actually did 3 separate orders. The first one was all $15 games. The next one was all $5 and less, or $7 and less, and then the final one was the $50 games, which ended up being $25 because bought one $50 game, got one free. And the reason I did that is because GameStop's website doesn't allow you to make, I guess the best way I could put it is if you put 2 $15 things into your cart and 2 $7 things, it will give you both $7 things free and not one of the 15s and one of the 7s, which is how it should be. So because of that, and the fact that you have to hit $35 to get free shipping, I had to maneuver around that by making 3 orders. But anyway, first one, Donkey Kong Country. The next one is Tetris and Dr. Mario. This looks great as well. This is the exact reason I went with cartridges. I thought that I would have the best chance of being satisfied with my order. As much as I prefer a lot of games and want to collect more disc-based games right now, with this deal, I think cartridges were the way to go. Next up, DuckTales. Awesome. So this one has a little bit of label damage. It's just a little scuffed up, but It's nothing that bothers me personally. The things that I care about are labels being torn or peeled off. As long as the label is there, it can have a few imperfections, and I'm not going to care that much. I'm interested in playing all of the games that I bought. This was not a collecting, well, it was a collecting thing, especially when we start getting down to the $5 games where I just started having to add some stuff because time was running out and, $5 games. But DuckTales was one that I really, really wanted. The Legend of Zelda. Once again, a very popular game that I do not have. Have always wanted. This one's a little bit more beat up, just that gold cart shows signs of wear way harder than any of the other carts. I'm actually going to take this one out and maybe show you a little bit more up close. This is definitely the most beat up cartridge. There we go. But even then, like I said, I don't mind. Yeah. This is actually very exciting. I've always wanted this game. Dr. Mario 64. I am currently working on getting all of the games and manuals of Nintendo published N64 games. And after today, I only need 2 more, I believe, which is Mario Party 3 I don't have, and StarCraft 64 for some reason was published by them, so I have to get that to finish this dumb collection. This one is actually probably the most worn label out of all of them. I guess I'll show you that as well. There we go. Yeah, I think this is one of the most worn labels out of all of them so far. Just the fading over there. But it's sun faded. But like I said, I bought these to play. So I'm not that concerned. If I end up loving one of these games, I will go find a better copy of it. That's typically how I've been doing this recently with the collecting. I'll try to get games for cheaper, and if I end up liking them, then I'll upgrade that particular game, which I think is a good way to do it. Next up, this one looks great. Pokemon Puzzle League. Another one of the Nintendo published games that I needed. It's in a bag. It's glary. I don't know why I tried to do that. The big box next. These are all going to be the $5, $6, $7, and $4 games that I bought. This one caught my eye. Legend of Zelda, Adventures of Link. I guess it's not called Legend of Zelda. Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link. Caught my eye. This one looks great. This looks absolutely phenomenal, to be honest. Next up, an N64 game. Turok. Turok obviously just came to the Switch. Why am I not playing it there? Because I wanted to play it on the N64. Very excited about this, and there's more Turok in the future if I'm not crazy and I remember things that I actually bought. Turok 2, look at that. Pac-Man. So this one has a little bit of a tear in the label. It was one of the $5 games, so it's not that big of a deal. Also, it's Pac-Man. I'm sure I can find it elsewhere. Focus. There we go. So as you can see, the bottom of the label there is kind of peeling up a little bit. That's okay. Like I said, not a big deal. Not an expensive game. Those $50 games are the only ones that I'll probably end up returning if something is wrong with them. Other than that, Pac-Man is Pac-Man is Pac-Man. Cruisin' USA. This was one of the ones where I was like, I need 2 more games to get free shipping. And this was one of the ones that I wanted. I actually really, really wanted Quest 64, but it was one of the few games that I looked at that was actually out of stock. Next up, Pro Wrestling. I ended up getting this game because I used to have it when I was a kid, and I can't find it anymore. So I saw it was one of the cheaper games, and I threw it in the cart. The next game I got, I've been playing a lot of Death Stranding, so I had to get Metal Gear. Very excited to have this game. This is one that I always think about buying every time I see it because it's such a cheap game for such a big name. But I'm glad to finally own this. Star Wars Shadow of the Empire. This was my $4 game. It's the cheapest game. I almost didn't want to do that because with the way that the cart does the buy one, get one free, I didn't have this game and I couldn't believe it. It's the only Star Wars game on the N64 I was missing, had to have it, picked it up. I honestly did not remember that I got this, but Super Star Wars. That's super exciting. I legitimately had no recollection of ordering this game. Next up is Excitebike, the first $5 game that I added to the cart. This looks absolutely great. Excitebike is a classic, had to have it, really like all these Black Label games. Next up, this is the one that I actually cared the most about. This is the one that I would probably upgrade first. I know a lot of people think it's a bad game. I think it's a kind of ahead of its time game, and I personally really like it. And this is a pretty good copy, despite the seal of approval being one of the circle ones, because I believe this one has an oval seal as well. And that is Friday the 13th. This is the game that I plan to get a complete in-box copy of in the future. I figured, why not? It was actually on sale and then part of the buy one, get one deal. So I feel like I got it at a really good price. I think it was $6. So I'm pretty happy with that. You can't see it because it's not focused, but I'm happy. How can we forget about Turok Rage Wars? Whew! Another Turok game. I just bought all three of them. I figured that was an easy $1, $2, $3, $5 each, whatever. All right, guys, it is time to open up the expensive games, quote unquote, the more expensive retro games. These were $45 each. Bought them both. Ended up with tax and everything, basically being $50. So I hope that these labels are in good condition. I hope that these aren't fake. These are the only ones that would be fake. And they're both N64 games, which have a history of fakes. So let's just hope for the best. I'm going to open this up and we'll see. Pokemon Stadium 2 was one of my buy one, get one games. This looks real good. Very excited to have this game in my collection. Have Pokemon Stadium 1. I'm not a big Pokemon guy, but I kind of like playing Pokemon Stadium in a party setting. And last but not least, the game I am most excited about. My big ones were DuckTales, Friday the 13th, and this. This was a last-minute purchase. I think there was 3 minutes left when I was deciding if I was going to go in on these $44 games, and Pokemon Stadium 2 and this game were the reason I did it, and that is Mario Party. Mario Party looking pretty good, not excellent, but pretty good. It has just a bit of fading down here. It's definitely worn. It definitely seems used. That's usually a good sign, though. If things are pristine, that's a little alarming. But I am going to open these up, make sure that they're good to go. If there's nothing past this point, that means that they were totally fine. But those were my hauls from GameStop. I think overall I paid $40 for the first batch of games, $40 for the second batch of games, or $35, and then $45 for those final 2 games. So not bad if you're just looking to bulk up a collection. I definitely, absolutely 100%, if that deal was going on when I had more time to go through it, I would have spent way more money on games that were $10 and less. I would have, anyone that I had any interest in, I would have probably picked up. So I actually think it's a pretty good deal. Super happy with everything that I got. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and let me know where you guys tend to bulk up your collections. I know buying Craigslist and pawn shops and yard sales or garage sales, by far the best way to do it. But as far as buying from a commercial seller of something, where do you think the best place to get retro games are? Please let me know in the comments down below so I can keep beefing up my collections, and maybe one day I will show that collection to you. Maybe someday in the near future. I don't know. We'll have to see. It depends. My computer doesn't work, and editing this is going to be real hard, but we're gonna try it out anyway on the laptop and see what happens. Well, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and take care.